Hello everyone and welcome back to the F126 MyTeam career mode. Today we are in Hungary for our team's almost home Grand Prix. I mean it's just one border away from Romania. But we are here at the Hungaroring in Hungary. And we had a pretty damn good race last weekend in Spa. Came from the back of the grid all the way up into the points. And of course, since we are now sitting on quite a few points, especially for a first season, I would like to continue the streak. Well, streak, I say. It's been broken in Silverstone, which was a very tough race, but hopefully we can get back. Here we have the performance wrap. You can see we are now pretty much in the midfield, with Alpine closing in on the big three teams. That's interesting. I'm curious to see how they develop over the course of the season, because this is
Chief,
halfway.
We have a part or two
So
ready for development
if they continue to make inroads like that,
let's get that in motion,
who knows what they're capable
Head
of.
to engineering for more info.
And remember that we are pretty much the junior team of Alpine. If we are still role-playing this, are we? I think we are. Yeah, why not? But yeah, now just the basic housekeeping. Didn't take me a lot, so that's why I didn't speed it up like I usually do. We are going to drive as Roman Sanek this weekend. We are still in talks with Valtteri and Liam for a seat next season. And these two guys right here on your screen right now are fighting for the other spot in our car. But this is practice. It's a track which I know decently well, but it's not a track that I particularly enjoy. I'm not a big fan of it. This is not why. Yeah, that was just a skill issue. But yeah, practice went decently, literally nothing to write home about, nothing surprising. We were P11. Yeah, it was just a practice session. I'm going to slowly start to phase them out of the career mode episodes. As we head on to qualifying, it's a dry weekend in every session, so that's good, I think. We've done pretty well in wet races so far, but I don't really enjoy driving in the wet, if it makes sense. But yeah, this is our first lap, pretty much our banker lap, just to see where we stack up. Across the line is going to be a 118.8. It puts us just behind our teammate Jack Crawford, and it's P22 after everyone has done their laps. So of course we're looking to improve, and as you can see we are not improving. We are 3 tenths down, 3.5 tenths down, but now gaining a bit through the final corner. Not enough. We are not going to improve on our second lap. So it's all or nothing here in the final lap. Let's see, can we make it to Q2? We haven't made it to Q2 in quite a while. I would love to do it here. Almost 2 tenths up now as we reach the penultimate corner. There's a Cadillac just behind us. Hopefully he doesn't impede, but it doesn't look like it, although he does have a look. 3 tenths up then as we come out of the final corner. It's going to be an improvement, but how big is it going to be? Oh, it's P23. That's not good. That's not what we want to see. At least it's not last on the grid. That's something Carlos Sainz P2 there. So Williams are also punching above their weight. If you remember, Carlos Sainz actually led most of the race in Monaco. Jack Crawford just in front of us in P22. So it's pretty okay, I guess.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. George Russell will begin today's event in pole position, and Andrea Kimi Antonelli completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Norris, Leclerc, and Sir Lewis Hamilton, and Verstappen, Sainz, Hadjar, Albon, and Pierre Gasly, Colapinto, Lawson, Nico Hulkenberg, and Ocon, Piastri, Alonso, Ollie Behrman, and Valtteri Bottas, Perez, Bortoletto, Crawford, Stanek, Stroll, and Arvid Lindblad rounds off the grid. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
So race hasn't even started and we're already making our position due to Arvid Lindblad's penalty. This is a strategy. It's a bit risky. Tire is kinda high around the Hungaroring, but I'm going to try the one stop. It's our best shot, I think. I am going to try to do the same thing that I did in Spa, which is a comeback into the points. So fingers crossed that we actually managed to do it.
Here we go then, the formation lap is underway and the track temperature looks warm. That may or may not play into some of the team's hands in today's race. As the cars make their way back to the starting grid to form up and get ready for lights out, let's hope the race ahead today is a thrilling one that will go down as a memorable Grand Prix in the history books.
Lining up on the grid and for the Hungarian Grand Prix. P22, our teammate just behind, just in front of us, sorry, on the left. The lights are coming on and it's lights out. And away we go for the Hungarian Grand Prix. It's a pretty decent start for me, but look at Crawford there, already jumping Bortoletto and looking to overtake the Cadillacs. He does get Bottas. I'm going to pick the outside here for the one. I'm going to switch to the middle really aggressively there. Down inside of our teammate. Can we get Perez as well? No. He flies around the outside of Bottas actually, as we are fighting now with Jack for P20. Around the outside I'm going to go, or I'm going to try to go, but he manages to make it stick. Really nice close racing here between the Dacia boys. I'm not going to use battery here, as I don't want to crash into Crawford, but we are really close together. Down the inside, this is not the corner usually overtaken, but I'm desperate to make a position side by side, really close there with Jack. But we stay in P20, and I'm now looking at our main rivals, I think, Cadillac, even though in the standings we are closer to VCarb and Alpine. But yeah, pretty much if we beat Cadillac I will be satisfied. Anything else is just a bonus, and currently we are in the bonus. So life is looking good at Dacia. Hopefully we get a nice pool of money for next season as well. As we are closing in on the end of lap 1 here, still behind Bottas, I'm going to try to overtake these guys one at a time. Turn 1 is a really good overtaking opportunity around here, so I'm going to try to make the most of it, especially because battery management is a non-issue here. You literally do not have to lift anywhere, which makes it much more of an old school race. I say old school, pretty much the things we saw last year. You just have the DRS, even though this time you both have DRS. So really, it's just a race of skill. Down inside of Bottas, I'm going to go in on lap 3. It's a really big dive bomb, it was, but luckily I made it stick. Bottas did give me the space, he didn't really have to. I think in real life that would have been a crash, or at least in an online race. But anyways, on to lap 4. In front of Bottas, behind Perez. Can I do the same and overtake both Cadillacs in 2 separate laps? I'm going to dive to the inside, really close there, parking on the apex a little bit, and we are up into P18 now. Next up is the Haas of Oliver Behrman. Let's see, will I do it again into turn 1? There is a bit of space, and I'm going to absolutely fly into that gap. It was actually easier than on the Cadillacs. So I'm guessing the slow cornering speed of the Haas is not that good. Next up is Alonso. It's a big dive, it's a huge dive, it's a humongous dive. We are still side by side on the exit. Can the boost help me? Yes, it can. So I am going to get Alonso there, but that was really lucky. That was a very irresponsible dive one for me. Ocon is next. I'm going to pick the outside for this one, and it's actually going to be really easy. Just no contention from him there. Up into P15 now. So really making good moves here. 7th position is in 8 laps. We have a VSC here. Nobody is out of the race. So what's this for? We have to slow down. Oh, it's Antonelli. It's Kimi. He started P2 and he's spun, I think. Or maybe he's made contact with someone. I didn't get a replay. But he's in the middle of the track. He's ghosted. And he's going to fall all the way to the back of the grid. Weird mistake. But it is nice to see the AI make mistakes. The VSC is ending now, and there's quite a bit of a gap to Nico in front. It's 1.5 seconds, so I'm going to have to push and try to recover that, and I do. By lap 10 I am onto the back of him, onto the boost, and really closing in. We have the same engine, mind you. To the inside. Yeah, it's going to be a nice move. Up into P13, that is, because Antonelli is now at the back of the grid. Let's take a look at the replay of our move here. really nice, really tight. Lovely racing here. I would say it's respectful, but it's not because I'm here. Lap 14 now. Next target is Liam Lawson. We are looking to drive with next season, and we do make the move stick. It was a really ballsy move once again, but here we're up into P11. Colapinto is next, but we're going to come into the pits now for our one and only stop, hopefully. Lap 15, so we're going to have to do 20 laps on the hards. I think it's doable. If we did 15 on mediums, I think 20 on the hards is very doable. So I'm going to check now the race director, because I'm curious to see if anyone else has split it, and the only one who has is Verstappen and I think Antonelli. So we are going to undercut quite some people if we get a good stop here. Let's see, on the turn-in I do a good job. It's now up to the pit crew. That's not a good stop. Come on, guys. 4.5 seconds issue on the front left tire. Not optimal, so we are probably not going to undercut any people. Which means the best I can hope for is that we come out where we were. We have another caution here. Another slow car. Who is it? Oh, this is Liam Lawson, I think. It's one of the V cars. I think it's Liam. Following Jack Crawford around, and he just spins on his own. That's the second spin we've had in this race, unprovoked. Oh, it was Lindblad actually. There he is, just in front of us. He's going to pull into the pits, shamefully. A few more cars into the pits. So let's see how many positions we make back up here. I see Alcon Stroll, our teammate. Hulkenberg. We are back to P19. Okay, well, still a lot of cars to pit. There they are, into the pits. You can see on the mini map there on the bottom left. So we are going to be up into P14. Not where we want to be, but hopefully we overtake Paris here. He is somehow in front of us, maybe due to the mistake from the pit-through. But to the outside I'm going to go, squeezing to the inside here at the apex. And a good exit should get the move done, and yes, it does. P13 still fighting. Albon and Bottas are now into the pits, so we are going to come in the end back in P11 where we were. Antonelli just in front of us, really close with Albon here actually on the exit of the pit lane. I was expecting myself to be a bit faster than him, the speed difference to be bigger, but I guess not. Luckily, with the momentum I had from the straight, I managed to stay ahead of the Williams. Williams are actually pretty quick here. This is Kimi coming in for his second stop of the day. Of course, he stopped earlier in the race when he had his spin, so this is his second stop. He's at a real disadvantage here. Him and Max Verstappen, they're both on the 2-stop, and it seems like the 1-stop is definitely the strategy to go here. Lap 22 now, fighting with Albon. I go with White in the final corner, and oh, Alex spins us in the final corner. That's really rude one. Let's take a look at a couple of replays, because I'm not sure what Alex was thinking there. Like, yes, I go wide here, that's on me, but there was no gap that was going to close. I pretty much took a late apex there, and he just crashes into me. Luckily, no damage for me, I think, and also for him. Yeah, I don't see any debris flying around, but that's on him. I mean, come on. As you see, this is Lando Norris going slowly, and there's a bit of smoke. That's an engine failure for the championship leader. That's going to be a big hit for him in the championship, as he's defending from George Russell. This is Max into the pits for his second stop, and he's close to me, so I'm hoping that he rejoins behind me. I'm not hoping I can hold a Red Bull behind, but we can always hope. Although there he is, just in front of us. We are not going to overtake him on pit exit. He's going to be fighting with Alex Albon, and there's a bit of a gap to Verstappen, so I'm not going to catch him. Well, lap 26 now, we are on the track from Liam Lawson in the V-Carb. He's going to go to the inside, so I'm just going to try to get the momentum around the outside, and it looks like I do, holding off to P10 and that singular point. But now Antonelli has joined the fight, so it's a three-way fight here for P10. Liam Lawson is right now in front of a Mercedes. I'm going to switch to the middle of the track to defend. Liam to the outside. It's not going to be fast. I'm going to park the bus just a little bit on the exit, which allows Antonelli to pass Lawson. And I don't know if I like that, because we had to defend from a V-Carb, now we have to defend from a Mercedes. I would like to remind you right now that we are driving a Dacia. So let's see, can we do this? 6 laps to go. Antonelli is going to look to the outside, I'm going to stay in the middle. I like defending the middle, I feel like it's the best spot to defend, especially in big braking zones. So it just about works out on lap 30 here. Lap 31 he's going to try once again, he's closer this time. I am going to employ the same strategy here, park the boss on the exit. He's closer, he gets a good run, but the boost is going to just about save me there. I don't know if the Mercedes deploys more on that front straight, but it seems to be working out for me with the second deployment there on the mini straight. Lap 32, we are going to go on to lap 33 here. Kimi is closer than ever. There he is, to the outside. We are going to be side by side into the braking zone. At the apex, I'm ahead, and I just about get space on the exit to block him off. So lap 34 here, 2 more chances for him to get me into turn 1. On to the outside, once again he goes. I'm going to be even more aggressive with the defending here, pushing him even more to the outside. We're going to be side by side on corner exit. He's in front right now, but luckily with some boost I get once again close to him. I squeeze him to the inside on the straight and in turn 3. Did it work out? Yes it has. I have gotten the better exit there and I hold off. We hold off a Mercedes for like 4 laps now, consecutively 5 maybe. Look at that, really close, really fair. There was just a tiniest bit of contact, but no damage, and I think we're both happy with how we are racing each other. Lap 35, his final shot at overtaking us. Can he do it? He once again chooses the outside. I'm going to park the bus massively on the exit, nowhere for him to go. Using the boost, I'm going to just about stay in front of him as we approach turn 3. How have we done this? It's still half of a lap to go, but Antonelli is still behind me. George Russell, his teammate, wins the race, but Antonelli is stuck behind me in P11 and no points. We have somehow held off a Mercedes, and a very quick Mercedes. Kimi is no slouch for the past 6 laps. How have you done this? How have we scored points once again from the back of the grid? Unbelievable.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
That was a really difficult P10. I really had to work hard for that one. Driver of the day, as you would expect. What a performance.
And the best of British and the best on the track. It's George Russell who wins.
And it's one thing to win, but to win like that in total dominance style, that was a fantastic drive, and it is not one that we see very often.
Well, it's been a long wait for many of our drivers, but the wait is always worth it. Bring them out to the awaiting crowd. It's time for our podium celebrations. And taking his place on the top step of the podium, he gave it some hustle. Well done to George Russell.
British domination could bore fans. I don't even know if there were any. I think there was. I think Kimi won a race, or was it Leclerc? I don't know, but it's pretty much been British domination this season. It's getting boring. At least this time it's another Brit. It's George Russell. Lando Norris has been dominating so far, but he's DNF'd here, with Jack being a lap down. That sucks. He's the only car to be a lap down. Come on. He's still in P12 in the championship with Roman in P14. Lando Norris now, it's a 60. Is that a 6 or a 5? I cannot tell from this tiny screen. But yeah, the gap has come down between Lando and George at the front, and it's looking like they are going to be the true protagonists of this title fight. We are still in P7, sitting nicely. I would be okay with finishing P7. On to the highlights then, where I'm going to be leaving you. I hope you liked this episode. I certainly hope you did. I just repeated myself, nice. But if you did, please press that like button, and if you would like to see Dacia continue their way into Formula 1, advancing with each race, then subscribe to my channel. My name is Don Lucio, and I sure hope I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.